Former President Donald Trump declaring victory after a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that could shield him from prosecution.
Historic ruling also reduces the chances that Trump could be tried for plotting to overthrow the 2020 election before the November's election. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell is here with what the ruling could mean for Trump's criminal cases.
Well, it's a big deal. This ruling shows that Donald Trump is now poised to avoid pre-election trials in 3 of the 4 criminal cases he faces. That means no verdict before November on whether Trump tried to overturn the 2020 election or whether the classified documents Trump had violated national security. The United States Supreme Court ruling for the first time that former presidents have absolute immunity from prosecution for their official acts and no immunity for unofficial acts. This Supreme Court ruling once again playing a role in the 2024 presidential election because it causes delays that make it unlikely former President Trump would face trial before November.
The lower courts will start to consider what the Supreme Court said and decide which of the former president's acts fall within his official duties and those that do not. If the former president is reelected in November, those cases will likely be dismissed.
Former President Trump reacting to the Supreme Court's 6-3 decision, saying, "Big win for our Constitution and democracy, proud to be an American." This is what Trump's been calling for since being charged in the case.
A president has to have immunity. If you don't have immunity, you just have a ceremonial president.
In the dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote she has fear for our democracy because the President of the United States is the most powerful person in the country and possibly the world. When he uses his official powers in any way under the majority's reasoning, he now will be insulated from criminal prosecution. Orders the Navy SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival, immune. Organizes a military coup to hold on to power, immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for a pardon, immune, 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 immune. The Biden campaign saying since January 6, Trump has only grown more unhinged. He's promising to be a dictator on day one, calling for our Constitution to be terminated so he can regain power, and promising a bloodbath if he loses. The American people already rejected Donald Trump's self-obsessed quest for power once. Joe Biden will make sure they reject it for good in November.
This more or less gives the president a lot more free reins to behave in ways that we might have considered in the past inappropriate. So they might play on the aspect of Trump's own words and therefore say, do you really want a Trump in office who is completely unshackled by law?
So the upcoming election won't just select the next leader, but also determine Trump's legal fate. David and Ellen.
Josh, thank you, and stay with Eyewitness News for more on today's Supreme Court ruling and reaction. Be sure to download the free ABC7 app and find us online or wherever you stream.